Good afternoon, everyone, or morning if you're on the West Coast. I'm Nicole Shapiro, the Vice President of Development here at the NADP. Welcome to our November marketing workshop. We're going to get started. And I think Sandy wants you to hold your questions to the end, but she'll go over that. Please mute yourself, or I will go around and mute you so that there's no background noise. And I'm happy to introduce our speaker today, Sandy Hibbard. She is an accomplished marketing strategist, creative director, and speaker for more than 25 years. She's got more than 25 years of experience helping businesses craft authentic brands and grow through powerful storytelling and digital marketing. Sorry, I'm just letting someone in. My apologies. Don't want anybody to miss this. She is the founder of Lyric Marketing and Design and Sandy Hibbard Creative Inc., where she partners with entrepreneurs, small businesses, and creative professionals to build compelling marketing strategies that drive engagement and visibility. Sandy's expertise spans branding, social media strategy, content marketing, and the creative use of AI in modern marketing. She is also a podcast host and creator of the upcoming Unpacking Nice podcast and the popular Insiders on Real Estate and Marketing. Known for her dynamic and inspiring presentations, Sandy blends actionable insights with a creative voice that resonates with today's audiences. You're all in for a treat. Sandy's awesome. And Sandy, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Wow, those intros always sound so good. When the reality is that I am a marketing veteran. I mean, I have, if you were going to ask me, what is it that you really do, Sandy? I work in marketing. And, I left corporate career in 2000, had an opportunity to buy this little company. And so I jumped and I had been, itching for the creative and that kind of stepping away from corporate, and this opportunity came. So I really took the leap of faith, and I have been in business for myself ever since, and I would not go back. I love it. But you work your tail end off when you're in marketing, period. But when you own your own company as a marketing agency and you wear all the hats, because I'm not a big agency. I have through the years I've had a few people work for me, and I've always led that direction and led the path down the road and had my hands in everything and done it all. And so that's why those intros can be so broad and so varied, because I really have done just about anything when it comes to marketing, starting from in the year 2000, building billboards for realtors and doing PR campaigns where a company would get in trouble. Maybe one of your clients, you have a bad divorce or you get into a messy situation, and they would call in the PR people. And my company had a little PR segment to it, and we would go do a blitz in Dallas, Fort Worth, and shine up the reputation of people who were having trouble or people who had fallen and need to get back up. So that beginning to going and doing color press checks because you were building flyers in old programs, to fast forward 25 years today where everyone's a marketer, everyone's a graphic designer. Now what's kind of filtering down into my world is to be more of a strategist and more of a director to help you know how to market and navigate this artificial intelligence world, and this world that's full of apps and full of ways for you to be able to do your own branding. So that part of my role, that I played for so many years in my company, flipped and changed so much. So I say all that to say that thank you, Nicole, for such a great introduction. What that really all means is that I'm a hardworking marketing girl, and I've been doing this for a long time. So I've had my hands in a little bit of everything. But what's really happening today, I think, is different for us that have experienced both sides of the marketing aisle, if you will. than it is for the kids that are growing up in it. So we have to find our place as, um, I kind of like that phrase, marketer from both sides of the aisles. We know how to do it analog and we know how to do it digitally. It's imperative if we're going to be in business, if we're going to work for ourselves or work for someone in the capacity of marketing or helps, we have to know technology. There's no question about that anymore. But what we do bring to the table, and I say we because as I'm seeing all of us, we're all, a little bit on that one marketing aisle where we have been in the business world without all the technology. And the younger ones that are here with me today, you've probably had parents or grandparents who have taught you what analog was all about. So to bring the mixture of both, I think is the key to today's successful marketing. And and I'm going to refer to that marketing throughout today's talk with the idea that whether you are helping someone through a divorce, or whether you're helping someone launch a company, or whether you're helping someone rebrand a church, or whether you're helping someone just learn how to use technology for their own self, it all applies. I've always said marketing is marketing is marketing. It's just the tools that change, but the concepts usually don't change, right? So, anyway, with that, good morning, good afternoon. I am super, super happy to be here. Um, as I've summed up, as Nicole summed up, I am a creative director and branding strategist. I love doing podcasts. I'm a storyteller, but probably most of all, you could say that I am a relentless advocate for authenticity. I have been preaching authenticity online and in our lives on my podcasts, in my marketing sessions, and in my marketing that I do for my clients because I think that it's way too easy to be something, to present yourself as something that you are not in this world. We hide behind technology, we can hide behind these screens and the real person never really gets out there. And I think that we're seeing in today's market that authenticity is really what rules. People want real people. And so I like to look at myself as being that kind of person and teacher that is relentless to advocate for authenticity and how we show up, basically, is I think what that means. Um, whether here today in ADP, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I think that the Dallas chapter that I have been to, a great group of people and friends that I have there, this national group with you guys from the West Coast and from here, thank you. And thank you for what you do. I've been through divorce. I know what it feels like. I've had good people helping me and I've had bad people helping me. I've been on both sides where I won, where I lost in life through divorce. So the people that are positioned to help others going through that transition, which is very vulnerable, I think are very special. So you're very special. Um, and no matter what category you're working in, if you're a lawyer, if you're a mediator, if you're a therapist, if you're a financial advisor, or if you're a strategist like me, we share one powerful thing together, all of us here today, and that is that we are in the business of helping people who are in a vulnerable place. And that means that our presence, offline and online, especially our digital presence, matters more than ever. So today I want to talk about a force that is reshaping marketing, communications, business, even our identity. And of course, you know that that is artificial intelligence. But this is not a tech talk. I don't book myself as a tech person. I do my best, but I'm a real marketing person. And that means I'm a storyteller. I like to tell stories, to share messages, and to build brands. So this is what I want to talk about today is human stuff. So it's not a tech talk. It's a human talk. And it's going to be about how we use AI as a tool not as a takeover. When I first saw Chat GPT, it just scared me to death. I thought, okay, there we go in a nutshell. And my job is over. No one's going to need me anymore. This thing is so smart. And then the more I dove into it and started working with it, the more I realized that this doesn't have to be a takeover. This can be a huge tool for business people, marketing people, people like yourselves, service people who are providing services to people in need. This is a huge opportunity for us to shine better than we've ever shown. So that's what I want to talk about today. Jumping right in, part one is, and this would be your takeaway. And by the way, if you have a burning question that can't wait, then do your thing. If otherwise, let's wait and save them till the end. It might be easier, but I'm open to whatever you guys need to make this a good talk for you. So the first takeaway is AI is your assistant. It's not your voice. And the biggest mistake right off the bat is that people can be lazy, and you can say, oh, here's something that's going to do it for me. And you allow that tool to do it for you without your overseeing, without your input, and the result is going to be disastrous. So this shift in AI that is here, it's important that you know that it's not going away. From Chat GPT to all the flurry of new products and apps that are out there, these tools are now being used to write social posts, blog articles, email campaigns, sales pages, and yes, even legal documents. I don't even need to go to an attorney anymore. I can go to, I think it's zoom.org or whatever, and get my basic documents that I need done in real time for me, just like that. So, you know, uh, you don't have to be threatened by that. It is just the case. It is the way it is. What we have to do is we have to learn how to flow with that, how to recreate ourselves and how to recreate our brands and our services to be able to incorporate AI and not allow it to take over and not allow it to push us out. So that's what I think is important about that. Um, so it's okay. It's okay that AI is here. It can be an incredible assistant. It's fast, it's tireless, it's shockingly smart in how it can organize and deliver content. But let me be very clear. AI is only as intelligent as a person using it. If you feed it junk or lazy, slothful ideas, then that's what it's going to give you back. It's going to make stuff up. It's going to embellish things that are not in your tone or your voice. But if you guide it with clarity and empathy and strategy coming from your voice and your tone, it will support you brilliantly. And I don't know if you guys know who Gary Vanderchuck is, but we call him Gary V on social media. And he says that ignoring AI is a huge mistake, that it's similar to refusing to learn email in the 90s or social media in the early 2000s. Dabbling is not enough. You have to do full on adoption. You have to learn how to stay relevant, how to use it so that you can stay successful. All right. It is the assistant that you've always wanted. But here's the key: you are still the voice, you are the filter, you are the brand. And one of the things that I have learned in using AI, just as an aside, I've got a lot of content out there. I've been in business for 25 years. I've been on blogs for almost that amount of time, 20 years at least. I have got articles I have written on my website. I've got articles everywhere. So I'm very content rich. So when I began to work with Chat GPT, I wanted, my goal was it needs to learn me. It needs to learn how I talk. It needs to learn how I think. It needs to learn how I produce content. So I introduced it to me through all of my avenues that I have online, my websites, my blog sites, my social media. I wasn't afraid of doing that, guys. There's nothing to be afraid of on that. Whatever and whoever they are, already know everything about us. So I've had clients that have said, "Oh, I'm scared of AI. I don't want to give it too much information about me." Well, why? If you give it the information to learn your tone from the content that you already have out there, that's only going to help you utilize that tool better. So using it, letting it learn you is the number one starting point with ChatGPT. So if you've got a ChatGPT account, rather than going in cold and telling it what to do, take a few sessions to teach it about you. Give it your information business wise. Send it to your websites, send it to your social media sites. Copy and paste articles, copy and paste information off your site directly into ChatGPT and say, "This is who I am. I want you to learn Sandy Hibbard. I want you to learn Julie Black. I want you to learn Kavan. I want you to learn Larry." And once you do that, and you learn how to work in that system in that way and save those chats and create those memories, now you're going to have a better chance of AI becoming more of a uh, benefit to your voice rather than a detriment to your voice. So just remember, just because a machine can talk doesn't mean it can speak for you, especially not when your message and your tone and your integrity with your clients are on the line. So everything that you produce with AI has got to be taken very seriously, I think is a good way of saying it. Um, there is a danger in AI taking over your voice. So we have to learn how to use it well. And that first takeaway is you need to let it learn you. Don't be afraid of that. Also, in doing all that, next takeaway is use the HOPE network. So I played with a little acronym and I came up with the acronym HOPE. That is my framework that I use with my clients to help them create authentic and effective content while using AI. HOPE: humanize, organize, personalize, and edit. So you want to take this approach with everything that you produce and assimilate through AI, whether that's Chat GPT or one of the other programs that's creating content for you. So what does HOPE stand for? Humanize, organize, personalize, edit. H, humanize. AI doesn't feel. You do. I think we know computers enough. I think we've seen enough movies and we've read enough books to know that AIs are machines. And so far, knock on wood, today, they're not feeling it yet. So we have to bring in the feeling with the how that we use it and how we approach building the content. So humanize, you bring the warmth, the context, and the nuance into everything that you're having it build. Whether you're writing about an estate division or launching a new practice, your content should feel like it came from a human, not a bot. So before you post anything on an AI assisted, then you want to ask, would I say this to a client over coffee? Would this comfort someone that I'm dealing with today? If I'm meeting with my clients, going through a divorce, this post, whatever I've written in my email, whatever I've written, does it feel them? Is it acknowledging where they are? So this is the warmth, this is the humanness that has to be brought in to AI. Oh, organize. AI is a brilliant structure to help you organize. You can use it to map out your thoughts. Here's one of the tricks that I use that I absolutely love. I'm going to share two really quick tricks with you that AI helps me with. When I go to a meeting, because I'm a baby boomer, I like to write notes. I still haven't quite gotten into taking my notes on my tablet or anything yet. So I am using my pad and pen and I'm taking notes, and I might come out of that meeting with 4 or 5 pages of notes. I can snap a picture of each page with my phone, open up my Chat GPT app, upload the pictures, and say, hey, chat, would you please organize my meeting notes, transcribe them? I give it the directions that I would need to give it. And before you know it, I've got an entire document that outlines my notes. The organization ability of chat is incredible. You talk about saving you time. So you can use it to map out your thoughts. I can take my phone and I can go to the voice note, which I do often because I'm a writer. I'll get an idea when I'm driving and I'll say blah, 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 blah. And I do a little voice note. I can upload that voice note to chat. I can say, please transcribe this voice note and lay it out so that it makes sense. I might have to give it instruction to say, don't change anything. Don't change my words. I need it to be exactly as I've spoken it, but I need you to rearrange it so that it makes sense. And I've got a perfect edited document now that I can go bring to my computer and create a poem or create a blog post or whatever it is I'm working on. So organizing and mapping out your thoughts is huge. It's probably one of the things that I use ChatGPT for daily. This can also be building online or building ideas for your blogs or for an email. Let's say that you're working with a client on a project and you've got several documents that need to be reviewed. You can upload those documents, court cases, court papers, emails, whatever, upload those to ChatGPT and say, please use your memory for Sandy Hibbard versus blah, blah, blah. And I need you to read, review these, and give me a summary of all these documents. And it will do that. And you can keep those documents housed in the project folder on ChatGPT. So the organizational structure is beautiful. And when you add, we're at H, and H is humanize. O, we're going to organize. Now I can create variations on a message for different platforms. If I am drafting an email from those documents to person X, I can ask ChatGPT, please review the project notes that you just made for me and write an email response to attorney blah, 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 or financier blah, blah, blah. And this needs to be the theme. And I need you to have these 3 bullet points. Boom. You've got a beautiful email. Now you're going to sit and you're going to edit that email. You're going to personalize it, which is our next letter, P, personalize. So we've got H, humanize, O, organize, P, personalize. This is your secret weapon. Because once you get your thoughts out of your head, once you get your thoughts from a notepad or a voice note or a meeting or projects, documents that were sent to you on a project, you've got those in chat. They've been organized. They've been summarized. Now you can use that content to create personalized messages, emails. AI doesn't know your story, right? It doesn't know your audience or your voice. You have to tell it. So inject your humor, inject your experience, inject your intuition. Remember, you've told it you wanted to learn who you are. So you've given it information. And as you're building your chat GPT or your AI experience, now chat can remember that you are this person with this website and this is your tone for writing. So the personalization can come many times after you've established yourself a few times. Sometimes it misses it. So you always have to review those documents to make sure that it does sound like you. And if you've read a draft that chat has written and it's bunk, it sounds ridiculous, it doesn't sound like you, then you can just simply say, chat, please edit this. This doesn't sound like me. This needs to be more, in my case, conversational, a little bit more soulful. Please refer to my blog post, Saturday Soul, for this style of writing. And I give it that instruction, boom. Now it redoes it. And I'm telling you guys, it's pretty crazy at how exact it can become. It is incredible. So personalizing it is not what you do with each necessarily with just each document that you build, but it's also the process in building your account with chat or building your account with whatever AI program you're on. You need to make sure that you're teaching it about your personal preferences. your intuitions, your feelings, all in the way that you do business. It needs to learn your personality. And once it does, then it's going to be easier for you to personalize that content. So very, very important. Um, every brand, every voice, every practice should have a signature personality. And if your AI generation, if your if your AI is generating vanilla flavored stuff that's not you, then you have to make sure that you personalize that. And let me just make a comment here about personal marketing. I think that it's also very important as, and we're going to get more into this with LinkedIn here in just a second, but it's very important that you keep that personal edge in your marketing as well. This doesn't just have to do with what you're building with chat, but it's also in the way that you're just presenting yourself, that authenticity that we've been talking about, right? So moving on to the last letter, E, is for edit. And as in anything you're doing with marketing, editing is key. It's the last thing you always do. You're always going to check. You're always going to edit. Sometimes you're going to rewrite, but you're always going to keep your eyes on the ball to make sure that it's correct and that it's representing you properly, right? So look at AI as your rough draft planner. You are the editor, not AI. Okay. AI can edit. You can tell it to, you can have it find mistakes, but in the end, you are the one who's going to do the final edit of that content to make sure that it's representing you and not putting up a red flag that that's saying this is bunk. This is not real, because there's nothing worse right now to me in going and doing your mindless scroll on Facebook. And it's almost become where I'm going, is this real? No. Is that real? No. It's almost where we can't tell anymore what's really authentic, especially when our feeds are so flooded with ads and posts from people that are not in our friend group. So you really don't know. So don't let yourself be caught up in that with the content that you're putting out there. You want to make sure that you edit it so that it is from a real person and not just another piece of noise that's out there. So remember, cut the jargon, adjust your tone, insert your brand language, and make it sound like you. Part 3, divorce proofing your online presence. Wow. Geez, that's a mouthful. I like to call it divorce proofing your digital identity. It's a term I've used a lot with clients over the years, and one that applies to pretty much any life transition, I think. It could be uh, baby proofing your digital identity, divorce proofing, marriage proofing, uh, career proofing. I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen in our life. We get married, we get divorced, we get new jobs, we move, we change, we acquire, we lose. All these things are part of living and part of life. How can we build a network and build social media and build content that's supporting our business that can withstand those changes? And I say it's authenticity that helps you do that, just purely authenticity. Um, whether your clients are divorcing a spouse or opening a business or getting a new version of themselves, their online identity should reflect who they are becoming, not what they're leaving behind. So, how do you guide them and yourself through that process? So let's start with LinkedIn, and we're going to dive into LinkedIn a little bit more here in just a second. You're going to use AI to help structure messaging, but you're going to filter it through HOPE, HOPE. You're going to stay forward focused and professional, even in tough moments. You're going to always assume the people you don't want to see your posts will. And remember, the posts are always out there. So, as professionals, we must model what it means to show up with grace and strength and clarity online and offline. That includes being thoughtful about what we post, and how we use digital tools to speak for us. So that includes posts on LinkedIn, and that includes whatever you're building with Chat GPT or AI. Being authentic and being real and having that grace and that strength and that clarity is what is going to encourage your clients. Your clients are going through a hard time. Your thoughts in creating your social media posts should be, what can I put out there to help this person that's going through this horrible time right now? I mean, I can say during the time when I had a horrible divorce, there wasn't anything that could have helped me. I had to go through it. My ally were the people who loved me, but also the professional who was helping me. And I had professionals who failed me big time. And that was devastating. And I know that you can't be 100% everything for every person, but you have to put on your best suit to do your best job. And the way to do that is through grace, strength, and clarity. You got to be clear with your client who's going through that divorce. You've got to be strong for them. You've got to encourage them to do the right thing. You've got to give them the tools and help them understand how they can continue on. And so that brings us now to LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn definitely is the new best friend for marketers, for professional marketers in 2025, 26. Let's talk strategy for a minute then. If you're not using LinkedIn actively, I think you're missing out. And the reason I do is because more professionals are turning to LinkedIn, not only for jobs. It's not just a professional job hunting place anymore, like it used to be. It's bigger than that. It's now probably, I would say, the most trusted platform of all the social media. It's got a great professional reputation. It examples thought leadership on most any subject that you want to dive into. And it gives you networking with intent. It gives you the ability to really reach out and book that one-on-one with somebody that's here locally, or catch up on a Zoom call with someone who's in a different city like we are right now. LinkedIn has the basis for all that. That is its platform. And for clients in transition, like your divorce clients, LinkedIn can be a powerful part of their healing and rebranding. Your profile should reflect not just your past, but your next chapter. And we always want to discourage regurgitating past hurts and things we've gone through. I don't think that social media is a place for that. So to use LinkedIn authentically for you and to encourage your clients that you're working with, post regularly, but always value quality over volume. Share helpful insights without selling. And let me just say this, selling online is really, or selling, let me take that back. Selling online, we're doing greater than we've ever done before, but selling in your social posts that are personal social posts or authentic social posts coming from you, I think is almost tacky. So be careful of that. There's a way to present your business and your services. And of course, we're all wanting to do that and get those leads on LinkedIn, get those leads off of Facebook. We're running ads. I mean, I get all that. We have to sell, we have to present our product. But when it's coming from you as a personalized post, it needs to be authentically, genuinely caring and human. You need to be that example for your clients. So don't be salesy in what you're trying to sell to anybody on your services on LinkedIn. I think you get more traction with becoming a thought leader by building articles, using the article tool on LinkedIn to write a article that would have to do with your product or service and why, talking about the whys, talking about the pain points, and then giving a little brief explanation at the end as to you're the one that can answer those problems for them. That would be a better way of going about than just blatant salesy posts. Become the person that they will go to in your niche. That's the key. That's how we want to build LinkedIn, by sharing those helpful insights. And don't be afraid to give information away either. A lot of times I'll talk to clients and they're like, oh, I can't give all that information. That's my product. But people are different today. People are expecting a little bit more. And, I can do posts on marketing and I can tell you how to do things all day long. I can be here today giving you all this information for free. It's not going to hurt my business. If anything, it's going to help my business because now we know each other. And if you need a service, you're going to think of me, right? So this is the way I like my social posts to present my clients. I don't want it to be too salesy. I want to set them up as the person that you're going to think about whenever you need that service. You want to use AI to brainstorm ideas and draft outlines for LinkedIn. If you've got a client who is going through divorce and you're trying to help them get established on LinkedIn and you don't know anything really about the details of their business, you can use chat, you can use AI to help learn about their business and give them ideas. So you want to be a resource, using AI as a resource to be able to research, learn about what their hotspots are in their business, and then come back to them and say, here is a trend, something that's trending on LinkedIn right now. Maybe you need to write about it from your perspective as a life and wellness coach. Maybe they're a life and wellness coach and their business has plummeted because of a divorce. You can come in and you can be someone to help them and say, here's how you can use LinkedIn to help bolster your reputation a little bit. And you can do that by brainstorming. Yeah, I'm talking brainstorming. I'm talking about picking up your phone and saying, hey, chat, how are you this morning? You can do that with the live chat. You can say, what's new today on the health and wellness front? Can you give me, I'm talking to my phone here, can you give me 5 research words that have been researched on Google in the last 6 months from June to November 2025, and give me 5 of the most researched topics in the world of health and wellness? So you see how I'm being very specific? I'm telling it dates because AI will sometimes come back and spit something out at you that's 5 years old. And I have to be smart enough to know that's 5 years old, right? So this is, again, the editing process in Hope. This is the organization, the humanizing, all that helps me catch something that I could otherwise get myself in trouble with. So be specific and say, chat, I need some ideas I want to give to my client. Well, sure, Sandy, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will tell me. I can review it and edit it, mull it over, research it if I need to a little bit more. If there's something in it I don't understand, I can say in that same chat, would you explain XYZ for me? I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean. And it will come back and give a deeper explanation of that. So those are the kinds of interactions that's going to help you build yourself up with your AI tool and help you be able to provide answers to your clients as a divorced helper, as a divorce professional. You're not a divorced professional. Maybe you are, but you are a divorce professional. So your jobs are to help people going through the worst time in their life. So using AI, using LinkedIn to say, okay, here is some ideas for you, Mr. Client. Think about this, about building you up. And we're talking about tips to use LinkedIn authentically. Also, when was the last time you changed your picture, Mr. Client or NADP member? When was the last time you changed your profile message? So we want to make sure that also on LinkedIn, as we're building up our professional network there, that we're staying relevant, that we're staying real, that we're staying up to date, and we're on it. We don't build a LinkedIn by not ever opening it for the last 17 months. That's not going to work. So these are the things, if you're going to use LinkedIn to help set yourself up as the go-to person when someone's going through divorce and they're going onto LinkedIn, and they'll go to LinkedIn and search divorce mediator in Dallas. They'll do that. Are you going to come up? If so, what are they going to see? Is it going to be an old picture, an old profile with no post, with no nothing? Okay. The more active and the more vibrant you are, the more authentic you will appear to the person who's looking for you. So, very, very important to stay up to date on your social network, whether that's LinkedIn or Facebook. So, last thing I want to talk to you about is AI plus human equals trust. And this is an equation that sums up pretty much everything that I teach. AI plus human equals trust. Audiences today are very AI aware. That's why I'm here. Nicole and the whole chapter there is aware of AI and needs more talk on it. So here I am. And we all know when content feels bland and forced or robotic, don't we? We know and we crave clarity. We crave consistency. We crave care. In the deepest part of our human parts, we want these real things. And believe it or not, AI can help you deliver that if it's guided. So I've talked a little bit about it all over these last 43 minutes, and that is that we have to use the HOPE method to humanize our content, to organize it so that it makes sense, to personalize it so that it's from us, and then to edit it to make sure that it's professional. And when we do those things and we're delivering content that's truly from us, that's been enhanced by AI's incredible knowledge and expertise in putting things together, then this helps to build up a trust network. Whether you're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or you're in your office sending emails and working on projects and doing one-on-ones with your client. All of these things matter in this world of AI. It's not going to make it by itself. AI has to have humans to work. And when we mix the two, we are in a position to be able to build trust to people who rely on us. Use yourself for authenticity. Use AI for efficiency. And use the HOPE method to give it a balance. What builds trust is the blend of intelligence and intuition. And when your clients and followers or referral partners read your content, they should feel one thing: I know her. I know him. I trust her. I trust him. And that's only possible when you don't outsource your soul. Okay. So don't outsource your soul. Remember, AI is for efficiency, but you are for authenticity. All right. So let's wrap it up. And three takeaways that I hope you carry from this talk. Number one is AI is your assistant. It's not your author. I hope I've drilled that into your head enough today that you use it to organize, but never to replace. Okay. Number two, lead AI with intelligence and empathy. If you want smart, useful content, then be a smart, useful guide. If you want poetic content, then be poetic. If you want professional content, then be professional. Lead AI with intelligence and empathy. Number three, your voice builds trust. In the chaos of digital marketing, whoa, that was just some thunder. Did y'all hear that? We're having a thunderstorm here. Whew. So in the chaos of thunder and lightning and digital marketing, you are what people connect with. It's not the tools. When someone follows you on LinkedIn, they're not following you because of AI. They're not following you because of your graphic design. They're following you because there's a message that has resonated with them, right? So stay human, stay creative, and remember, technology doesn't win loyalty, but authenticity does. Thank you so much for having me today. It's been a pleasure. And if anyone has any questions, now is the time.
Thank you, Sandy. Wow, that was amazing, thorough. I've learned a lot on here, and there's some questions in the chat for you to start off. So let's start with those. Okay. You want me to read them?
Yes, if you would, please. I'm not really
Um,
great at working this tool here, so.
So Ira has three questions.
Okay.
Two can be lumped together. Should we have a business Facebook page and a business LinkedIn page? That's his first question.
Should you? Is that what you're asking? Should you?
Yes. Should you have a business of both of those for
Um, I've been getting this question for 17 years. 2009 when Facebook came out, and I've been having this question ever since they came out with Facebook pages. I would say if you have content that you're going to post for your business that is really professional content, then you need to have a business page. If your business is more you and you're not necessarily someone who does talks or does articles or provides industry information, then I don't think you need it. So the short answer is if you've got content for a professional page, then yes, have a professional page. If you don't, then don't worry about it. Just represent yourself authentically on your profile page.
That's awesome. I think that makes sense. You don't want to have an
No,
empty page
you
with
don't.
no content.
Yeah.
And he has another one, which was one of my questions. Can you explain how to upload photos of your notes on into the AI program?
Um, I don't know what NCAI program is.
No, I didn't say NCI.
Oh,
NAI program. That's hard to
oh,
say. Just an
um,
AI program. How does he upload the photos?
okay. It
There's a
depends on how you're using the platform. Let's just say Chat GPT. I have the app on my phone, so I will take a picture with my phone. And when you go to chat, and I would think that this is going to be this way on another AI program where it has the search box for you to enter the information you're wanting. Generally, there will be a place for you to upload a picture, like a plus sign or something. On chat, there's a plus sign. So I click the plus sign and it takes me straight to, it asks me if I want to upload it uh from my phone. And I just go to my photos and upload it that way. When I'm on my desktop, you can actually drag your pictures into the chat GPT section where you're working. It's very easy. That's the only AI program that I actively work with, but generally most of them are very similar in the way their platforms operate. So there will be a section that will allow you to upload a document or upload photos where you're able to type in what you're wanting from the AI.
Yeah, I just looked on my computer and yeah, there's a plus sign right near the search bar.
Yeah.
IRS, so you just click on that and it gives you lots of options. So
Yeah. And I want to tell you, that thing has saved me so much time. I just discovered it a couple of months ago because I have a client that I will take 5 and 6 pages of notes. And I've got this huge notebook. And so I thought, well, I wonder if I could do that. And man, I'm telling you, it transcribes my notes perfectly. It's so helpful.
amazing, amazing. Gotta have clear handwriting though, perhaps. What do you
Yeah, you
think?
do.
Clear handwriting, no
Right.
doctors. And Marianne had a question which you kind of just answered. Which AI platforms do you recommend? Is there any besides ChatGPT?
There are. I would just recommend chat. It's easy. You can use it for free at first. Then you can go to a platform. I think the first platform is $21 a month. That's what I have. It's for one user, and it literally does anything and everything I need. It has an app, so I have it on my phone. I have it on my desktop. There are others though. So just Google, the top 10 AI tools and see what it comes up with. But chat is my friend. I've really loved that program. It's super good.
Yeah, it is. It really covers so much.
Wow, it's really thundering here. Are y'all hearing that?
No, we can't pick it up.
Wow,
Mm-mm.
I love
No.
it.
Stephen, I had seen a question in the chat by you, but somehow it disappeared. Did you delete it or did you have a question? I don't
No, I deleted it because I found the answer myself.
know. Okay, well, maybe others have it. What was it?
It
Because
was when she talked about building the article on LinkedIn, trying to figure out how to do that. But when you go to the plus button in LinkedIn for content, it just has the article right there. So I found the toggle for it. So
Yes, yes. Oh, and let me just push the article thing, Stephen, it is what do you do? What is your
Real estate,
business? Okay, so and where are you?
South Jersey.
Okay. So doing the articles for real estate, I think would be super great because there's so much going on in the market right now, even nationally, and for you to be able to pull that information. I get real excited talking about real estate marketing because most of my clients in the last 25 years have been realtors. And so I've kind of wet my teeth on marketing with real estate people. They taught me how to do it. And the I have a client who I've had for several years. She came to me last month and she said, Sandy, I want to build a presence on LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, because she's like up in uptown Dallas. She sells multi-million-dollar properties and penthouses and high rises and things like that. And so I am able to go in, Stephen, to chat and say, give me a market snapshot of West New Jersey, third quarter in the luxury market, 5 million plus, and how mortgage rates are fluxing or how inventory is working in that area and make it into a report. And it will spit out this incredible information that you then, as the expert, can use your hope to sort through it, post that, and get on a routine where you are doing those articles, once a week and or once a month, whatever is comfortable with you. And it's huge. I mean, all of a sudden, I am seeing activity on LinkedIn, and you guys know how hard it is to get any organic activity on social media these days. So hard. But I think the articles are really smart to use articles.
I have a question, and then I'll go to Marianne. How accurate? I mean, I've heard some people say you got to be careful in ChatGPT that there could be misinformation. So,
Mhm.
do you cross-check any of these? This information, like you cross-check it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You want to cross check it. You want to tell chat, in Stephen's case, please give me this information only from reliable sources. Please cite your sources. Do not use any information that's before June 2025 and do not make anything up. So you have to tell it that because it will make stuff up. And I've written posts before where I've said, I build the blog post and then I have said to chat, please pull 2 testimonials from this website, and it spits it all back out. And I thought those testimonies sound kind of hokey. I don't know if they're for real. So I asked chat, were the testimonies that you pulled, are they actual testimonies from the website? And it'll go, no, yeah, it's not. I just use those for enhancement. So yes, you need to know what you're talking about. So that's why I say you're using your intelligence so that you can double check and you can know if something's off or not. And then learn to challenge Chat GPT by saying, please cite your sources. Tell me where you got this information and do not make anything up. And as it's learning you, like what we talked about, that becomes less frequent that happens. But even with my chat, I'm still always questioning the testimonies because it just seems like they pull that out for fun.
Totally.
So, Sandy, sorry,
Go
um,
ahead.
I learned in a coaching with my business coach for real estate. I built an advisory council for my AI. So it's my two business coaches, Craig Proctor and Brian Buffini. Gary V is in my advisory council. A couple
Awesome.
top copywriters. And when I ask it for something, information, I have it run it past the advisory council to make adjustments, changes, or enhancements to the content. And basically what it's doing is looking at Brian Buffini, Greg Proctor, Gary V, pulling from what they already written and then adding it into what I'm creating, giving me their
That is so
input.
smart. I love that. Did you to build your advisory council, how did you do that?
It was I just going in and gave it the direction, please
Yeah.
put together an advisory council to consult on all content creation and posts. And I just listed who I wanted in it. And
I
then I
love it.
went further, and I don't have it in front of me, but I have another one for social media where, the top GEO specialist, SEO specialist, copywriter,
Mhm.
hashtag creator. and
Mhm.
run it past them as well as my architects in marketing. And
Perfect.
basically what it does is it just looks at what they have created already and then applies it to what you're doing.
Mhm.
It's scary sometimes because you get written comments back from Gary Vee that if I didn't know better, he was responding to me, right? So, and he's a Jersey boy, so he
Whoa,
may,
that's
but you know,
huge.
That's very cool.
That's cool.
but play with it. Google some of this. This I got from a Craig Proctor seminar, which I thought
Yeah.
was amazing, right? Because I'm not a great wordsmith. So the
Yeah. Yeah.
copywriter and the editor and the advertising executive and all that, letting them put that together for me as an
Yeah.
advisor, you know,
Well, and
you
that
can
way you're
put
assuring that you're getting the most relevant content. And I think that's
correct.
so smart. That's so
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah. And
Love it.
really, again, and just things I've picked up on, to me, especially in real estate now, GEO is more important than SEO. So
Yes.
geography um, optimization, because when it goes in there and it says um, top real estate agent, Gloucester County, AI goes out there and looks. So you have to make sure your content is tagged so you come up as that professional or
Correct.
top divorce professional or, you know, certified divorce special. What make sure you're tagged in that area so that
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
what it's doing. It's just reaching out.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, Google doesn't want us to go any further to search than the AI portion of the search.
Right. That is so true. And on that note, Nicole, if I can just for a second address that the whole idea of SEO is changing. And all of you would actually, Nicole, it would probably be a really good idea to have somebody on to talk about the changes in SEO and how AI is affecting that. But rather than thinking about SEO, search words and keywords, it's almost for your websites and for your presence online better, as Stephen has said, to include your geography tags plus create answers to prompts. So, one of the things that you can do is go into chat and say, Chat, give me the top 10 prompts for Stephen Clyde real estate in New Jersey, blah, 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 for answering on Google. And it will do the research and it will tell you what the top 10 prompts are that people are typing in right now to Google AI. And then you want to make sure that you are answering those questions on your website, that those things are embedded in your blog post. So, like SEO, we used to use long tail key phrases, right? Well, now it's almost like we want to use questions that people are asking, or those we call them prompts, AI prompts. So that's something to note and to do a little bit of research on. How do you use AI prompts better in your business right now? Because it's pretty big.
That's very cool. All right, we'll take one last question if that's okay. You have a minute because I saw Marianne had a last question. Marianne, you want to read it or say it? Or you want me to? Okay. Do we need to use hashtags and or will AI searches find our content?
Oh, hashtags are still relevant. Yes. Just you don't need more than three or five. But still to use hashtags is it's still a viable way for search. Yes.
Great. Okay. Wow. Chock full of amazing information right at the top of the hour. Thank you so much, Sandy. The
Thank
recording
you,
will be on the
Nicole.
website and she's going to upload some materials for you all. It'll be there. You have more information to get from Sandy, please reach out to her. And it was good to see you all.
Great to meet everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nicole.
Have a
You
good
guys have a great
Thanksgiving,
day.
everyone.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Bye.